Hey everyone, Cooking with Sue here. I just thought I would try to go horizontal today to see if this works better when I'm filming. So I wanted to tell you what I'm making for lunch. So over here on the stove, you're a little crooked I see, sorry. We have roasted sweet potato that is got some cinnamon and some cumin and some sea salt on it, and this is a recipe from the Minimalistbaker, so I'll post the link to this. And I am cooking some quinoa in here, which I need to just turn down, and cut that off. And then I am doing salad as well. So I'm making a salad dressing. It's I'm gonna add cilantro for myself and my friend Heather, but then I'm not going to add cilantro to my husband's version. So we have a manual food processor that Pampered Chef makes, but to be honest, there are times where my Ninja is just a better option. So I have the full fruit smoothie version, but this is perfect for making small salad dressings. So what we're gonna do is, the recipe calls for 1/3 of a cup, and again, I'm doubling the salad dressing because I'm gonna bring some down to my friend's house. So my husband's happy that I'm not putting cilantro in. He must be watching. So cilantro goes in mine and Heather's version. So it's olive oil. So this is a vegetarian and a vegan friendly recipe. So I'm gonna be able to give some to my daughter as well. And then it is a tablespoon of agave. So that was just a squeeze. But the fun part comes in when we're gonna actually do our limes. Let me grab a cutting board. Because when we do our limes, we're going to always make a bridge with your hand, by the way, and hold your knife by pinching with your loser fingers. This is my remembrance. Loser fingers, so you don't lose a finger. Pinch the blade. And so when you hold your lime, just hold it like this, and then you just want to cut down so that your knife won't slide off to you, okay? And then with our citrus press, your citrus goes in upside down like this. It does not go this way. I used to think it went that way, but it doesn't. So then watch how much you're going to get out of this. It's crazy. Lemons, limes, and clementines will all fit in here. And none of the seeds come out, so if you want to make your own, here we go, take that off the compost. If you want to make your own lemonade, you can do sugar water and lemons. And I have a recipe on my Pampered Chef website on the proportions to make a gallon of homemade lemonade, which I might actually do later this month. You probably heard me talk about how my husband is building a blacksmith shop out back of our house, and my son is coming home from the Air Force shortly, and we're going to be helping install that, actually putting up the timber frame and putting it together. So I will be feeding a crew of strong young men who are going to lift all these boards, so homemade lemonade might be something on the list. I'm trying to remember all the things that my son likes. He's been gone almost 4 years, so obviously he comes home. So homemade mac and cheese, mom's homemade chili, some of those favorites I'll be cooking towards the end of this month, and I cannot wait to see him. So we're not going to be able to see him for Christmas this year, so this will be our opportunity to spend time with them. So I'm going to do, the recipe calls for 3 to 4 limes for one recipe, so I am going to do 6 for the double. And then you can add a little extra lime or a little extra sugar or a little extra cumin based on your flavors, what you want. Now there is also a recipe for making this like a ranch dressing, a more thicker one, and it uses Greek yogurt, and you absolutely can do that, but I am mostly dairy-free, not 100% dairy-free, but if I do eat dairy, like last night, you probably saw me make my chicken risotto, and if you didn't, just scroll back on my Facebook page, you'll see the chicken broccoli cheddar risotto, and I used cabbage cheese because cabbage cheese does not have lactose in it, so that tends to be a better choice for me when I'm making mac and cheese or something like that, but I try to avoid dairy as much as I can. So we're going to add this in, we're going to add a little bit of sea salt with it, and then we're going to add a little bit of cumin, and then we're just going to blend it all up together. And then what you do is you scrape down the sides, and obviously we're going to add an avocado. You scrape down the sides, but what you want to do is you want to add water to thin it out to the right consistency on how you want to pour it over your salad. So this salad is going to have quinoa. It's going to have roasted sweet potatoes. Now the sweet potatoes, as I said, have cinnamon and cumin and sea salt on them when I roasted them. So they're going to have a nice flavor. We're going to have black beans rinsed. And we're also going to have quinoa on the salad as well. And we're going to serve it over lettuce wraps. They usually come in threes. Lately it's been two. I sneeze in threes my whole life. Anybody else out there that sneezes in threes? It's bizarre. My poor husband, I blow his ears off. I've actually thrown my back out before sneezing, so it's definitely very powerful to do that. All right, so let me just double check my recipe here for how much of our cumin we need. Just a quarter of a teaspoon, so a half a teaspoon since I'm doubling this. And so I'm going to use my cute little stackable measuring spoons. So by the way, the stackable ones, you can sit down on a countertop. So if you're doing kids in the kitchen stuff, you definitely want to use this one because you can measure out all the measurements and the kids can pick it up and put it into the bowl so they feel like they're helping. And I think that's a key part, is getting the kids actually in the kitchen cooking. My mom never cooked with me, so I hated cooking. How I became the Pampered Chef Consultant is beyond us. My husband and I are laughing all the time. We don't know. So, oh, let me, hold on just a second. I need this tool on my dishwasher. Hang on just a sec. I want to show you a way. We no longer sell our avocado peeler, but this is called a scoop and spread. I call it my peanut butter and jelly knife. So peanut butter, jelly on either end. It'll cut. It's fabulous. But it'll also be perfect for when you are taking an avocado and you're trying to get all the pulp out. So you cut around an avocado and then you twist. And how can you tell a good avocado? So the avocado is almost grayish in color. You're looking for the color of this end tip right here. This should be slightly gray. You don't want it to have fallen off, but you want it to be slightly gray. That way it's at the peak, but it's not gone by. And look at how nice this just scoops out your avocado right from the shell. Somebody showed me this at a retreat and I was just floored. I was like, oh my gosh, that is amazing. So, hang on just a sec. There's a brown spot on my avocado and I do not want that in my salad dressing. Hold on. We're gonna have to go digging. Go swimming. Swimming for my avocado. We gotta bring it out. Hold on. Oh, a nice little brown spot. There was a little ding in my avocado. So let's pull that out. There we go. All right. So when you are trying to get the pit, by the way, out of the other half, if you cut into it and then just turn, it'll just pull it right out. So I use a bigger knife. It's just easier than the little petite paring knife that I was using earlier today. So then pull the whole avocado out. Plop, goes in there. Yes, I make a mess when I cook. I try to get it all cleaned up before my husband comes home so he doesn't realize that I've been messing the whole kitchen up. Although he's so good, he's cleaned up my kitchen before too. So then we're just going to put the top on. And I think we have everything else. Cilantro is the last part we're going to put in it. Olive oil, cumin. All right, so then we're just going to blend. Hold on. All right, we got a problem. Huh. We got a problem with our blade, maybe. I'm not sure. I've not had problems with this. There we go. Nope. Uh-oh. Maybe we are. Oh, there we go. Facebook Live, right? That's the way it goes when you're live on Facebook, right? You never know what's going to happen. Usually my dog comes in here, but I gave her a jar of peanut butter so she would leave me alone. She'd go in the other room. But Gracie's awfully cute. But she's usually, literally, when I was doing last night's dinner, she was between my feet because she could smell the chicken and she wanted to be a part of it. So, oh my gosh, this looks so good. Look at that. So I'm just going to add a tiny bit of water. to give it a little bit more pouring ability. And then I'm going to pour half of it out into a ball jar glass so that my husband can pour it. I might actually put it into a water bottle, like a, you know, Poland Springs water bottle, and then you could actually pour it. And then the other whole half I will be filling with my cilantro and filling it up. So if you want this recipe, I'll post it below. This is called Mexican Quinoa Salad Cups with creamy cilantro lime dressing. And that's what we're having for, well, I'm having it for lunch/dinner. I'll be eating in a little while. And then tomorrow, the next couple days, I'm actually doing shows, so I won't be Facebook Live, but you might see me this weekend. Hope you guys are having a great week. Bye!